on our fields, regarding protecting the fields, so that everyone's aware, I don't know if you've been up to the fields lately. There's a lot of work going on around Whites Hill Reserve at present. The whole clubhouse is actually fenced off. We feel like we're in a bit of a cocoon when we're working in the office, but they're putting in new pathways. The new fences are about to start, we hope, there's new fences about to be installed around Field 1 and Field 2, which is going to look the place look very, very nice, we hope. The actual playing surface itself, a lot of the maintenance work has already been done. Surface has been returfed in areas where we've had wear, and perfect. The day we put the turf down, that afternoon it rained. The next day we aerated the soil, the next day it rained. The day after that we actually put fertiliser on it, the day after it rained. And ever since then it's just bloody rained. So, but it's been really good for the growth of the field. If you look at the fields now, they look immaculate. But that doesn't mean it's going to remain that way for all of the year. Look, field maintenance and protecting the fields, this is where I have a habit of coming out as a football director and doing my best angry man impersonation, and every night chasing players out of the goal mouths. And here's why, because at the end of the day, we have significant works that actually go on at the field itself, and a fair bit of money actually gets spent on it. It's pretty obvious that due to our playing numbers and usage, that it's imperative that we try and actually protect the fields that we've got. The fields themselves are only rated at about 19 hours of usage a week. At 19 hours of usage, we could probably have grass on it all year round. However, we regularly, how many hours was that, Josh? How many hours was that? Yeah, it was. We regularly have 30 to 38 hours of usage on the fields every week. If you look on the weekend, there's about 20 hours of games alone. So they cop an absolute pasting, which is really, really challenging. So with that, some of the issues that we actually have. Basically too many teams in too small a space. Also, the grass doesn't grow after May. So what we have at May is what we've got for the rest of the season, basically. So it's imperative that we try to do our best to do a little bit of maintenance with it. So what can we do to help? Look, at the end of the day, use the portable goals away from wear areas. Don't always stick them in the middle of the park. And I've spoken to the coaches about this as well. But just playing in the middle track, that's where it's going to wear. If we're going to do shooting practices, do we really need the 18-yard box for most of your shooting practices? Why can't we use them in the wide areas where no one goes? Our wingers never get forward. So that grass is pristine. So go into those areas to start working if you're looking at doing shooting practices. Go to field 3, take the goals over there and use that. Because that keeps off the main two fields that we've got. Stay out of the goal mouths. I'll just reiterate that. Stay out of the goal mouths. Because there's only so much grass in there. No repetitive work. So no shuttles, no warm-ups on the fields. Go to field 3. Go to areas off the field to actually warm up. Coaches and players completing repetitive work in the same areas. Your little rondos that you play, that creates wear because you're in the same area doing the same thing all the time. So that doesn't help. And of course, stay out of the goal mouths. That will seriously help, all right? So don't get me or other coaches coming out having to dictate to you what you should or shouldn't be doing, At the end of the day, we've got a warm-up area on field 3. We want to use that. If you're going to do your prehab or your activation work, go over there and use that area. Try using the portable goals and move them away from the main fields. Coaches will try and play across the park. Might be an opportunity for us from time to time rather than playing from the goals to the halfway line. Help directing other users, because we get loads of the general public coming and using our fields as well. And if you're up there, be a bit vigilant, see if you can help out and just encourage them to get away from that. I think it'll be a little bit easier once we've got full fences around it, but however, we still have to spend a little bit of time trying to do the right thing. Field closures, just so that you're aware, we're negotiating currently with Football Queensland to see if we can clear some time where we can play games away from home to allow some mid-year maintenance. And what we generally do on mid-year maintenance is shut down for a month and put ryegrass on there. It's literally from seed. Put a winter ryegrass, because ryegrass grows in winter. All right. Needs about a month to germinate and establish itself. But it means we might have to relocate away from the club to be training around those periods, and that will generally be the week before the school holidays commence in June and the week after they come back in July. So we're currently trying to negotiate with some fields so that we can actually have you training there. We may have to reduce our training load at that period. Instead of 3 sessions, it may only be 2 sessions, but we'll keep you informed as to that, so you know where we're headed. All right? But if you can, look, please do your best, just look after the grounds for us, because it's imperative that we do the right thing.